This is a questionable reality production. Hello, I'm Xander Crowns, and this is AP Post History. Now let's get started. Today we'll be covering topic 5.7, the giving up by the Fibermen and their subsequent departure from Earth, the last one of this particular unit. After 100 years or so of Fiberman reign, the whole thing lost its luster a bit, as old things tend to do, really, and became a routine of sorts and a constant frustration to some, in that the aliens were no longer very alien. They were something more familiar, like just another species that happened to be from a different planet, supposedly. At least that's how it was to the human conception of how society ought to be arranged. Which, I mean, is totally 100% accurate 100% of the time. And maybe to the Fibermen, humans did seem to be just another biotic factor bobbing around without much purpose, really. Hence that kind of derogatory term carbon waste that we hear them say so often. And though the Fibermen reduced Earth to a mercantilist system and theoretically enslaved humanity, people felt things could be a lot worse, actually. Or maybe were worse beforehand? This feeling was more enforced by the Fibermen's laxing of cultural controls and mandates. To many, the whole setup felt too stable and without that chaotic factor of life. The biggest problem was that the Fibermen utterly despised humanity in all of its facets and contrivances. Besides their exploitable manpower, humanity was extreme irritants to the Fibermen. In fact, let's go to the History Makers segment and hear a Fiberman's complaint about the human workforce they have to manage. Utilize your central processing unit to abstractly construct the great stupidity of human societal organization. Then further employ your central processing unit to abstractly construct that these carbon wastes dare to think and emulate in ways contrary to our demands. Then endlessly call us fools. These wastes prefer to celebrate individual accomplishments and individualize every single aspect of sustained biological function. They are by the most fundamental standards of analysis frustrating. What the Fiberman so wonkily puts into words, as they so often do, is that human culture and behavior ran afoul of fundamental Fiberman sensibilities. And the intrepid conquerors took a step back and prolongedly contemplated the matter. They called into question if Earth was really worth having to deal with the humans, whether that's just on a day-to-day business basis, or genocide of an entire alien race. The Fibermen had to compare two factors, maybe a third one. The material wealth to be reaped from the planet Earth, and the immense personal damage that comes from working with humans, which we should actually be familiar with. And that third technical factor is just the mere logistics of extincting an entire species, which is harder to do than you might imagine. In fact, many Fibermen doctors were warning that prolonged exposure to humans was a probable Fiberman carcinogen and had run amok on the health of the last two generations of Fibermen, having a lasting impact on society. So, after some prolonged contemplating, it would be decided the Fibermen would give up controlling Earth and promptly leave. They neglected to tell anyone about this all, and simply one day were gone. They took all the Fofs with them, which was a little disappointing to some, along with any of their contributions to the Turanian development. It was almost like a reset button had been pushed, which would leave the humans to do their own prolonged contemplating. But such is for the next and final unit. And that's it. Topic 7 of Unit 5 is complete. If you want to find success in your post-history class and abstractly construct, consider subscribing and liking this video. My goal is to see each and every one of you get a 92 in your class and a 7 on the exam in Quintober. Alright, Xander Crowns, checking out.